Well, good morning, everybody. This is Mark Edelman, speech language pathologist, and welcome to the teaching of talking. Gotta make sure my hat's right. Okay. I wanted to share something with you today. If you've been watching my posts on Facebook, and I hope you're a friend of ours on Facebook, you'll notice that recently we visited a place called Bishop's Castle. And here's this great, big, gigantic, beautiful structure that one man designed and engineered and built. One man. And there's some really extraordinary people in this world. They're just hundreds of them. And I was just so impressed with this guy because one man built this really great big building, and he did it by himself. He engineered it and he designed it, and he put every single piece of rock in that building in place. And when we look, or I'm going to just be honest with you, in the past, when I've looked at things that people are capable of, Charles Lindbergh, Tom Edison, the Apple Corporation, Microsoft Corporation, all the individuals who started these companies, you just think that they're just special. You think that they have talents and abilities far above you. In other words, I always thought that these were just extraordinary people who just had extreme talent, a lot more than I had. You know what I mean? And what I'm now beginning to realize is that this talent that people have to do things is not abnormal. I think personally that each of us has the ability to achieve miraculous things. But we don't think we have that ability to achieve miraculous things. And that's the message today that has me so excited. That when you read about these guys, Neil Armstrong, when you read about Madame Curie, when you read about Pasteur, when you read about all these great people, you think, well, they're just so different than me. But they aren't. They really aren't. Because each of us has the ability inside of us to achieve miraculous things. And that's the message. And that's the realization. So my idea, okay, is for you to begin to think that you have as much talent and capability, and that you can achieve almost anything that you want. You don't have to build a Microsoft or a Apple computer. You don't have to fly to the moon. You don't have to build a castle all by yourself. But there are things that you want to do that maybe you think that you just can't do for any number of reasons. But that's not true. And we have the hardware. In other words, our bodies, our brains have the hardware to achieve almost anything. And it's how we operate our bodies. It's how we operate our brains. It's how we educate our brains. It's how we treat them. It's whether or not we feed them good material. We feed our body good material. We feed our brains with positive thoughts and ideas and dreams. And that's the major difference. That all these wonderful people, they're extraordinary, sure, but they had a dream, a wish, a desire, and they made a total commitment to that dream, to that desire, to that achievement. And I'm sorry, but I'm really on this right now because I'm seeing it with my patients who have speech difficulties. There are some who, give it a half of an effort or 25% of an effort, but they're in the minority of the ones I've been seeing. The people I've been seeing in speech therapy who have aphasia, these people have a dream of better speaking. And man, they're just on it all the time. They're stimulating speech at home. They're stimulating speech in the car. They're stimulating speech wherever they are. And speech begins to occur again. It begins to occur automatically. And it doesn't happen with everybody because not everybody is capable of a return of speaking. But you know something? I'm going to tell you a secret before I go here. There have been many patients I work with, and I've looked at them and thought about them and said, I don't know if they're ever going to really get any better. I don't really know if they're ever going to start speaking. And I try to keep those thoughts to the side. I try not to even think about that. I wrote an article about that, a post about that, but we keep hammering at it. As if we're building something, and we are building something, a return of better speech. And, it's the ones who you think will never be able to achieve speaking. Those are the ones who, if you stay with them sometimes, and I'm saying more than sometimes, because the will of a caregiver and the will of the person with aphasia, if they have it and they're working consistently on better speaking, well, the chances could be very, very good for a return of talking. This is Mark Ittleman, speech-language pathologist. I've been helping people speak better for 46 years now, and that's all that I've been. I've been a clinical speech-language pathologist who's been working with people and learning from people, learning what works and learning what doesn't work. And we provide mentoring online for caregivers who'd like to learn and master the methods of speech and language stimulation. There is a science to it. It's not singing songs, and it's not doing iPads, and it's not doing workbooks. There's a method to helping people talk, and it involves talking. And that's what we help people do. So if you're interested in learning about the stimulation of speech and language of people with aphasia, you can come over to our website at teachingoftalking.com. And make sure you go down to the bottom of each page. You'll see two blue bars across the bottom, one for a questionnaire if you'd like to speak with me or set an appointment with me. And the other one is if you'd like to just join our community and receive weekly emails that have videos in them and articles and other things like that. So remember that all of us are extraordinary. It's the extraordinary dreams that set us apart. This is Mark Ittleman, speech-language pathologist, wishing you a great day. And until next time, Have a great day.